All right. We back. We'll start off saying shalom, peace, greetings to the hopeful elect. And first and foremost, above all, give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. So I'm going to say, call halal, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Meaning all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father and His Son. Yahweh the Father, Yahweh Shai the Son. Bahasham means in the name. This is the Lashwan Kodash, the holy language, which is the Paleo Hebrew. All right. Double honors and salutations to the elders, the apostles, and the elder bishops, and also shalom and peace and greetings to the hopeful elect of the true bloodline biblical Israelites, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Now, I didn't plan this. I've been so goddamn busy, and it's crazy because the spirit be hitting me in the middle of the job every time. That's why it's hard for me to get, then I get free time and it's like I'm brain fog. But I mean, stuff be coming to me back to back to back. I could just freestyle and it'll be good lessons, but we gonna freestyle this through the spirit. I just want to go into these videos, so excuse me if it's not all ordered up. Sometimes you can't order it, just turn the video on, you know what I'm saying, turn the camera on. But we're gonna get this. I think I'm gonna connect it to. All right, let's see what this do right here. Donald Trump. Because I want to make a point. The topic of this lesson will be, you're fired, nigga. You're fired. Okay, that's going to be the topic of this lesson, you're fired. All right?
Hey, man, what the...
Oh, yeah. So now I remember where I was going with that. I saved this video. This should be the next one. First, I got to remind you idiots, because this is something I thought about, when DJ Trump was first even considering running, because of this right here, I was thinking like, something ain't right. Have you
ever found yourself having to...
I was thinking something ain't right. This just seems too scripted. Okay, there's gonna be something. They're setting up something. Okay, the powers that be are setting up something, because this don't sound right. Like, this guy is a complete character. All right, this guy, it just looked fake, man. Okay, it looks all set up, phony, staged. Which a lot of things, come to find out, it takes a little bit of common sense. Because even as a kid, man, I'm not going to share it right now, but there's a lot of things to this day. I'm like, damn, you niggas are just now, since the world is falling apart, you just now getting this? Like, god damn. You people you must not have thoughts or some shit. I don't know, man, but let's play this, man. Let's see what this is. You'll see what I'm talking about. Man, who is this clown? Mozzie clown. Okay. This can't be it, man. Goodness gracious, what's going on with this internet, man?
I can't pay the mortgage this month.
Oh my God, man. 1 second, man. Let me get it real quick. Let me get it, because that obviously that wasn't it. God damn. Let's see. Nigga, what the fuck? Get your weird ass out of here, nigga. Niggas always acting like they got something, nigga. It's a fucking weirdo. You niggas are weirdos, nigga. You can't even do a lesson without these bitch ass niggas. If I get out this car, though, I guarantee you that nigga gonna be on something. You feel me? But yeah, this is what I'm trying to look for. I gotta watch this faggot behind me.
You're fired. 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 You're fired.
You see that? You're fired. My G-Pops and them used to watch that, and just having a little bit of brains will help you. I mean, shit, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. So let's go to the next video. pull out some of these videos. I mean, the man told you he was fired before he got in office. And okay, I can see, okay, you couldn't correlate the two. But do you get it now? You know what I'm saying? Like nobody is you know, man, what the hell is going on? 1 second, man. Goodness gracious. I mean, it's just his phone. It's retarded. Okay. God, another ad. My goodness.
Have you ever found yourself having to borrow money from a friend or two?
We got to get out of here, man. This is not
We've
normal,
all been
man.
there. I have been there personally. It can feel extremely embarrassing. But I found a solution.
Why these people are bots? Because this is all you consume. These commercials, goddamn, all day, man. All right. So let's get into the economy, how people are feeling out here. Because how are you people not connecting the two? That, I mean, you got people still talking about, well, I guess we'll just stick it out through the next election. You got people, you know, talking about, you know, I was just watching this dude, he was talking about, well, you know what, I've had to give up a lot of things, but I feel good now, man. And going forward,
LA, do you know how much?
The other half of my life, I'm gonna be more at peace. I'm like, nigga, you niggas can't put the pieces of the puzzle. Because if you could connect the two before the man ever got in the office, okay, he talked about Operation Lightning Speed. I forget what he said, and you know, they were also talking about that cold winter. You know, but really the Israelites have been saying, you know, pray that your flight be not in the winter. Like, you know, what's that guy made it famous? What's this nigga name, man? He was kind of bi. What's his name? He used to get on them women. Kevin Samuels. And like I keep saying, I believe he was a plant. That dude probably walked out the back door. He probably not even dead. That's just, you know, they deify these characters when they set them up, because we're the ones that was talking about the cold winter, the Hebrew Israelite. We were talking about, you know, how the scripture says, and I beheld Satan fall as fast as lightning. You know, hasten the day. You know, hasten the day of trouble, lest there be no flesh to be saved. That the elect would hasten the day. You know, so those type of scriptures, you know, these people use them for evil. Operation Lightness, you know, pretty much what DJ Trump was saying. We're gonna get everything cracking in my term. Okay, he didn't bring the cold winter then, but now we know what that means. You know, Kevin Samuel used to say, yeah, you women, you coming up on that cold winter. All right, and see, when they start the persecution, they don't want anything tied back to us. They just want it to be just a big wash of all these conspiracy theories. Okay, because we really started all of this. Okay, and everybody else just copied and didn't give double honors to the apostles. But if you could connect all the shit together, and you would say, you know what? What are they planning to do? And they planning to do something very sinister, and this got to be the end. You know, that will be the conclusion. But a lot of you don't want to come to that conclusion anyway. You know, you don't want to come to that conclusion, and you'll act dumb as hell. And then the Most High does have a spirit, because the Lord proved it today, you know, on the job site. And I just mentioned some stuff about James Adair, that book, Promised Land, you know, because this dude always want to talk to me. So as soon as I get to the meat of it, a group of Armenians come up, because it was a Jake I was talking to. A group of Armenians just come up. It was so weird. It was very, very, and I'm like, I looked at him, and he wanted to be distracted. He was like, oh, here we go. Meanwhile, he want to talk about anything the fuck he wanted, like he want to talk deep and shit. Okay? But when I brought that up, you know, he let them Armenians come and distract, because they did that shit. They was listening, like, you know, across the way. And I guess they was like, man, how the fuck he know? And they went over there and tried to like distract. And then that scripture came in my mind, you know, when the word is preached, then here comes Satan to unsew it from you. So, then you'd be able to tie it back to the prophets, because all you have to do is come across the prophets, great millstone, and we're going to tell you, yeah, this means that it's over. The Lord's getting ready to return. So there's really as it says in Romans the 11th chapter, and the rest were blinded. The Most High doesn't want you people to get it, because then the Most High wouldn't be justified at hitting you with them nuclear missiles. And the thing is, the Lord is going to be justified because you people have done enough, man. Okay, and your heart is in this world. You want nothing to do with the Most High, the kingdom, nothing. You talk a good one, but you really want this wicked, corrupt, pedo society, murderous, okay, rape, rob, and murdered off the backs of millions of people. Like, that's what you want, man. Okay, you're guilty by association, but let's play this. So you're fired, my nigga.
LA, do you know how much your car's worth?
$1 billion.
More than I owe, hopefully. Did you know in Edmonds, you can find out what your car's worth and get 3...
Absolutely bananas optics to lay off 14,000 employees right before the holiday season, especially if you're a company that anticipates the American people will be spending money with you. And you're gonna lay off 14,000 people when people already can't afford basic necessities. You're gonna lay off people before the holiday season. You guys, it's 2 paychecks.
You people are so fucking gone, because if you expect some gigantic government to be honest and okay, this thing just gonna go on forever, stupid is not the word, man. I'm sorry, man. All right, there hasn't been a government in the past that has lasted forever. And even in that, I mean, people don't even trust their next door neighbor to a certain extent. So a whole system that is, okay, built around, multiple people, money, stuff like that, stuff that is, that leads to corruption, coercion and stuff. You people are pitiful, man. And it's beautiful the way the Lord is taking you people out, man.
Until Thanksgiving, and it's 4 paychecks.
Scriptures talk about when the Lord when he threatened you, shall you not be beaten in the powder. We're only in the beginning of the sorrows, man. Next is you're going to be beaten in the powder. This is Yahweh Bashim Shai setting up a cruel Lord over you, Isaiah the 19th chapter, to threaten you. You're fired.
Until Christmas.
So this layoff stuff that's going on is hard to watch. As we shift from people to AI, and as prophets are trying to be expanded as far as possible by getting rid of the workforce, this seems to be happening faster and faster and faster. Let's watch some of these.
And like I've been saying, AI is just an excuse to clear the market, because they've been wanting to bring martial law. They've been wanting to shut this corporation down for a minute, America. All right. They've been wanting to. And all of this, they don't have any more time. Revelations 12, the devil shall come down upon you having great wrath, because you have the short time. You people are so docile. You might march, but they'll even set up agent provocateurs to get shit kicked off, but you people don't even follow the agent provocateur. If they, they'll provoke riots or break in stores and set them on fire. The average person just want to go eat. They want to go home and eat and, smoke their weed or whatever else they do, man. So now they got to use their AI, because most of these jobs and shit, are not even a part of the New World Order. Okay? Pretty much the 1%, okay, the trillionaires, billionaires, they're getting ready to hoard everything. And if there is something open, okay, it's going to lead you back to their corporations, because you got to remember, BlackRock, Vanguard, the trillionaire families, they use those corporations. Everything we see out here in these streets are underneath those corporations. That's how they funnel their money. In secrecy, you can't point it back to them. That they own that. Your Ralphs, every store you could think of. So Walmart, ultimately the plan is to shut everything down. And my next lesson, I forgot about that, is going to be that blackout date. There's a blackout date everybody wants to have real soon, where they don't go to work, they don't do this, they don't do that. And I'm thinking, you fucking idiots. Go ahead. You just gonna hyperspeed this shit, and I hope you do it. And I hope they take, they have a saying, the elite never let a good go to waste. A good, I forget how they say it, But I hope they use that, because I'm gonna bring that. I sent it to the Elder Malcolm in Instagram on his notes. I sent him that video, so I gotta pull it back up. I just thought of that. It's my next lesson. But you're fired. Okay, it's long overdue. All right, the way you people are complaining is how so-called Negroes been living, and we done had to make it work. And then all of the the damage and experimenting that has been done on our people in this country, nobody has any pity or sympathy for our people, even though they're batshit crazy. And yeah, they're crazy, but you know what? Why don't you guys talk about, see, you guys want to ride off into the sunset with the Edomite, with the so-called white man, because this is all you know.
This seems to be happening faster and faster and faster. Let's watch some of these videos because they're heart-wrenching.
Good morning, Michael. It's nice to see you guys. And these are deep, deep cuts. Amazon is planning to cut 14,000 corporate jobs starting this week. It is one of the largest rounds of layoffs in the company's history. Why would Amazon be doing this right now ahead of the holidays while the company seems to be doing well? Well, in a note to employees this morning, they say the world is changing quickly. This generation of AI is the most transformative technology we have seen since the internet. And that's really echoing what CEO Andy Jassy started signaling this summer when he said generative AI could mean fewer workers. And Amazon isn't alone here making these changes in the midst of a major AI transformation. Target announced last week that it will be eliminating about 1,800 roles. Other tech giants like Microsoft, Meta, Google, and Intel have also made cuts this year. And this is important to follow because tech companies are a bellwether for the broader economy. They can be. And right now, hiring is slowing for the first time since the pandemic. There are more unemployed.
Hey, that new Samsung OLED TV's a hit.
OLED.
For the family.
It's really big.
Also glare-free.
Wow, you're really carely.
They can be. And right now, hiring is slowing for the first time since the pandemic. There are more unemployed.
You see, a lot of this was already, this society was built. It was built on a sandy foundation from the first jump. You know what I'm saying? Because and they purposely built the society for this time to collapse it, because they've been planning this new world, one world religion, new world order for a while. All right, their technology is finally where it needs to be. All right, and ultimately it's the Heavenly Father bringing forth prophecy. As it says in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, though it tarry, wait for it, it shall not, it shall not tarry. The vision is yet for an appointed time. The vision, which are these prophecies, okay, what we see now unfolding, the unraveling of the MOTB, cashless society, the mark of the beast, is unfolding right behind us. And we've been telling you for years, auto up KO, Hegelian dialectic, look it up. Problem, reaction, solution. They create the problem. Of course, there's going to be a reaction, and they bring the solution, which is more and more control for themselves. The loss of your liberties, but more control for themselves. The noose gets tightened more and more and more. Okay, so, we speak about universal basic income, and ultimately it's just going to lead to that chip that they're going to force you to put underneath your skin if you want some type of pseudo future. Look up the word pseudo. Because really, you won't have a future. If you take that chip, you got a nuclear missile with your name on it. But if you're an Israelite, you repent, you don't take that chip, the Lord is going to save you. Because see, Yahweh Shai, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, is soon to be sent here to deliver us out of this thing. When it gets to its peak, when this thing gets to its peak, man. Okay. But let me read this real quick. We always bring this out. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 1. It says, but this is Ecclesiastes 12 and 1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh. when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. And that's what we've done spiritually. We, the Wadi Habashim Shah, we've been, we've had a relationship with the Lord in our youth before you people could even forecast any of these things. Okay? Before you even had a inkling of the things that you're currently dealing with, these uneasy times. Okay? We remembered the Creator, man. And see, now everybody's scrambling to sit up here and try to act like, okay, they've been there the whole time with the Lord. No. This is the point. 3, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, the economists, man. These people that keep up, you got these people that deal with statistics, math, and they keep record of all this stuff, man. The debt ceiling, all this different shit. Okay, the keepers of the house shall tremble, and strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders shall cease the jobs. Okay, what do they call, work? Grinding, man. I gotta grind. Because they are few. And that's how you know the Bible is Jake's, because there's a lot of words that, slang in the Bible that we use today, man. Okay? And Jake came up with the old English, so you can't say, okay, I wasn't speaking English. Nigga, it was Jake in the medieval ages, all right, that was speaking that old English. Okay, Negroes, man. It says, because they are few, the jobs are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened, no hope. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird. Yeah, so the doors in the streets, more and more businesses are literally, on the hinge of collapsing. These restaurants, there's been a retail apocalypse since 2019. Before that, shit, a lot of these businesses, it's quantitative easing. They just get man, this motherfucker's annoying. A lot of these motherfucking businesses, the government been just cashing them out, just printing numbers, because they do things gradually, but now we're at the time where they want to move forward with their new world order. So before that, they couldn't let these banks close. Okay, these banks were supposed to been going under, these car dealerships, all of this stuff, man. But you seen a lot of stores, Toys R Us. I mean, we go down the line. Over the years, stores just been disappearing. Okay, because the value of the dollar, it's been decreasing little by little, man. And then you have a lot of backdoor stuff going on, all right, that Esau is doing with these corporations, man. But I'm going to play the video all out by itself. I'm going to just get this next scripture, okay, real quick. This is Isaiah 24. Okay, because it's going to get a whole lot worse. It's going to get so bad, you ain't going to want to come out your house. And if you do, you might not make it back home. And it's going to be martial law, so that's what they want. Okay, so I ain't going to be too long with this. But, what was I going to get? Because I just want to play this video out. Damn, it was something that I wanted to bring out because it was talking about... Fuck, I can't remember where it was at. It was pretty much talking about how you people have been charmed. And then I was going to exhaust the word charmed. Man, it's heavy. I'll bring it out in another lesson, Lord's willing. Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, first verse, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants of the earth. And part of that, this verse has to do with depopulation. There's going to be a lot of death. There's going to be a great culling. Okay, because even, not everybody going to be able to take the MOTB anyway. You got to remember, they don't want a middle class, and they show you what they want in that movie Elysium. Go watch it. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priest. Yeah, because between the people and the priest is supposed to be higher than the people. But it's saying it's going to be the same. As with the servant, so with his master. You see, the servant, his master, your boss. Okay, the employee, which means servant, and then your boss. It's going to be the same thing. He ain't going to have no job. Matter of fact, my supervisor, I didn't even know. I hit him up the other day just to catch up with him. Cool. Jake just, he put me on. Shit. Somebody else answered, said, oh, he gone. You know, it's just me. It's two women now. That's wicked as hell. You know, so with her mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller. The buyer, so with the seller, yeah. So the buyer and the seller, the seller is supposed to be the one that capitalizes off the buyer. It's going to be the same with them, and you know. And see, the priest, what it said, the priest, it's not talking about the prophets, because you people haven't been anointed from the Most High to teach anything. And that's going to be beautiful, because all of these social media gurus that's getting incentivized, which that was done tactically by the so-called white man, the Edomites, to, all right, because the true prophets, the true shepherds of the nation of the bloodline Israelites are here. But what you people don't understand, and we keep telling you, the Lord is, okay, he's only dealing with a third, man. 2/3 of the children of Israel will be destroyed on this side and die with the rest of you people, man. Okay? It says, so with the borrow, yeah, as with the taker of usury, yeah, car dealerships, banks, you know, put interest on everything. Shit, you buy a car, well, guess what? The price you pay for that one car, you're going to pay for 2 cars with that interest, man. It says, so with the giver of usury to him. So as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury to him. Yeah, because in the New World Order, they don't need, okay, you'll be directly linked into, okay, the date, you know, the social credit, the database for, mass surveillance, okay, social credit system. Talk about getting taxed. Whew. You people are in for trouble, you know. But therefore have the curse devoured the whole earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. Yeah, you know. And this thing is gonna pick up, man. Okay, there's gonna be fires out here, the missiles. There's gonna be few men. You know. It says, they shall not. This is 9. Drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. Yeah. Okay, we coming into the times where you people like to drink and go to the bar and get nice and get plastered, come back home, go to work. You catching hell, but you still can, you know, commit adultery, do your wickedness, be a slut. Okay, be a whatever you men. I mean, I don't know what the fuck y'all niggas doing now. Whatever y'all caught up into. Okay. It says they shall not drink wine with this song. So we're coming into a time where you ain't gonna want to drink, because it's gonna be even more bitter. Okay, and if you do, you might just off yourself, if the Lord permit. Okay, there is a crying for wine. This is 11. In the streets, all joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. Yeah, there's a cry for wine. Like, you want to hear something smooth. You want to hear something. Okay, because wine represents philosophies that you can get drunk off of. And you people have been drunk off the American way. You know, they sold you the American dream, the white picket fence. It was never the truth. Okay, they just needed a certain amount of decades to tap into that MK Ultra and indoctrinate you people, okay, through their school systems, these colleges. And you Negroes are the last ones in line. You still ain't figured it out. Still got the black woman talking about she got these degrees. This is pitiful, man. And I'm gonna just play the rest of this out, man, because I can't remember where that. Okay, I'm gonna have to bring it out in another lesson. It would have been perfect, lining it up. Charmers, damn, we'll find it. But I'm gonna just let the rest of the part of this play out and then wrap it up.
Okay, is my company shutting down? Okay, it's almost 8:30. We usually have an HR meeting. Canceled.
What the hell? 1 second.
It's almost 8:30. We usually have an HR meeting. Canceled. We got told from one of our East Coast managers to cancel all interviews for today. Now, in place of that meeting, mandatory meeting, company update, with a bunch of people on it. I'm about to be jobless for the holidays. Okay, I'm about to log on, so we'll see. Wish me luck.
All right, I have really bad news, everybody. Effectively, immediately, ceasing all operations. We have 70 call centers, homes on the east. We are filing for bankruptcy.
For the people that we did have onboarding, are we calling them and telling them this, or is HR doing that?
That is a good question.
If we're really frustrated, then just name it.
I'm gonna fast forward it. One second, I gotta pause in my internet.
What? Needless to say, we are back on the no-buy, ladies and gentlemen. At least I got to use up all my PTO on my gorgeous trip to Spain, and now I don't have to worry about how I'm gonna get time off for the holidays. Since I've already...
Family, I have been laid off from Amazon. We are okay. The boys are going to work, okay? I'm just telling you before I tell the internet. Love you. I do.
Wait, you gave yourself a flu vaccine?
At your house?
Seconds.
How? Loomis, it's a flu vaccine you give yourself.
Yeah, at home.
The boys are going to work, okay? I'm just telling you before I tell the internet. Love you. I do.
So Sike, all of that Sike medicine he gave y'all, you know, gas prices gonna go down, groceries going down. Okay? And a lot of you gonna be with taking that chip, man. And see all of this fucking chaos with with ICE and, you know, coming at the Negro, Latino, Native Americans, you know, is only to appease the bloodthirsty nature, the villain, victim nature, the wicked nature, the selfish, envious, jealous nature of you Edomites and you heathens against the children of Israel, against the people of the Most High. So imagine that. They can come at you offset. Because you got to remember, you so-called patriotic, so-called white people and you other nations that you once had, you know, they gave you some overhead in this place, man. They got to take you out. Okay? You are a threat to the government because it was all a lie the whole time. But of course, they're going to give you more perks over their, over Jake, man. Okay? But there is no honor with thieves, man. You see? And that's the thing with you Edomites. That's why the Lord said it. He said, if Satan's house be divided, how shall it stand? You so-called white people are just, you're all vile. You're all villains, okay? Against each other too, man. So the powers that be are using, okay, your nature against you. You know, all these videos coming out about people bringing out how you so-called white people, you Edomites you're suffering right now, okay? And you're willing to suffer as long as Jake don't get the benefits and shit. Because the majority of you own stamps and shit like that. EBT and all these programs, okay? But just so Jake can get ahead, because you're a little fragile, you know, y'all so fragile, you know Jake could get it going if you just leave Jake alone. You know, you don't want Jake to take off, because then you know the world will see it and be like, hold on, why? I thought the white man was supposed to be superior, you know? But now you're suffering, you don't even care. But that's what the elites are doing. Okay, and it really shows how vile you people are. The world is crumbling around you, and all you could talk about is, yeah, get them, ICE, deport them, you stupid idiots. But really, the real setup is you gotta take out the whole base first, man. The whole base of America is you patriotic so-called white people, man. Okay? So in a roundabout way, they you know, once martial law come, they ain't finna play with none of you. Okay? You white people ain't gonna get no perks. You're not getting any perks. Okay? And then another thing is you so-called white people disassociate yourself from the small hats, and they getting ready to war against you. You got all these rabbis speaking out against you, okay? You know, you so-called Western, so-called white people calling you Esau, Edom, and speaking about how none of you are going to survive what's coming. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, let me play the rest of this.
Okay? The boys are going to work, okay? I'm just telling you before I tell the internet. Love you. I do.
I mean, we're just seeing people get laid off left and right. It seems like a thing that the Fed is trying to stabilize by lowering interest rates, but I don't know if they've done it fast enough, because we're kind of going over the hill with the layoffs, and they seem to be more and more. Look right here. I got laid off this morning, currently in bed, trying to figure it out. You know, it hurts to read these comments, you know, and it's like over and over and over that you just go through the comment sections and you hear from people losing their jobs.
You know, I gotta say the Copyright Act, only using it for educational purposes. Only using that video, you know, the little clip I used, but educational purposes only. Copyright Act, you know.
What do you think? Comments down below. What is the future of the job market? Do you see AI just obliterating everybody? I do, because I'm seeing it happen in my field. And a lot of my friends that run businesses, they're looking at their employees and being like, this computer just did this entire thing in a quarter of the time it takes you to come back from lunch. It's crazy. Scary, everybody.
Pretty sure I'm about to get laid off from my 9 to 5 right now, so come with me to my meeting.
Difficult news to share, and that's why I've asked HR to join me. As you have seen, our business environment.
There's no way, as soon as they said HR, I'm not pushing the table.
Structure has shifted in many ways since we began our.
Oh, that's where that was. It was in Isaiah 32, the charmers and all of that. How you've been charmed. But Isaiah 32, I forgot to get that. It speaks about the villain, the scoundrel, is dealing with your government. It's dealing with the so-called white man, your whole hierarchy of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. That's what Isaiah 32 is addressing. Okay, a wicked, evil, leadership, man. The scoundrel, you know, shall not be liberal anymore. All that, you know, that liberality that you people had. Nah, this man's about to show you he's the villain. Okay, it's too late to go back. I'm trying to shorten my lessons, and we'll tap into these scriptures as we go forth with more lessons. So, you know, I'm going to wrap it up right there. I thought I had another video to this, but, you know, shalom.
If you've been waiting to book your dream trip, this is your sign. I sailed with Virgin Voyages, and it was unlike any other experience. Adult only.